Hi, y'all. I'm Jo, your host and cannabis lifestyle guide. Now, I don't know about you, but I have been super excited about dry farming ever since Podcast 109. And if you have those same curiosities and you think dry farming is magic, then you're going to love today's Jo's Favorite Things. We are featuring Eel River Organics. And first, I have to tell you how I even serendipitously met this company and I've seen Eel River Organics around, but I had no idea this was dry farmed flower. I had just not paid attention. And I am a loyal University of Texas football fan, and I was watching the Red River Shootout at a bar, and I was doing my sly guerrilla marketing, putting my casually baked coasters out on tables, and I slid it over to a couple to my left, and the girl said, you work in cannabis? And I'm like, yeah, this is my show. She was like, I work in cannabis. And that's when I learned about Eel River Organics. So I am kind of new to the dabbing scene because I'm a microdoser and it's just not my bag. And I have no business with a fucking blowtorch. Okay. We all know this. So I was just not into it until I was introduced to an electronic form of dabbing with this device here. Then I started, just experimenting. I'm still new to this. So I've had a lot of fun playing around with the brands at Eel River. And there's a couple of favorites that I have that I just thought I would tell you about. So if you're looking for a stocking stuffer for your favorite cannabis lover, maybe this might be a good option. So this first one is Chernobyl. Now, it is as explosive as the TV show, but it makes me feel a hell of a lot better than that show does. Okay. Great show. Breaks my freaking heart. Okay. But Chernobyl live resin is something that I've been dabbing lately, and it's 80% THC, and it's got that kind of fun and flirty, citrusy nose, and it feels really good. It's a great daytime high. And so the thing that is really exciting about these live resins is that dry farmed flower, I'm going to get a little sciencey on you for a second, but when the flower is dry farmed, that means you're not watering it. That means you're not putting up any sort of support for them. They're just out there getting hit by the weather, and they're really stressed plants. So if you know anything about wine, we know that, they want to stress the fruit, stress the grape. And then that's what helps make this really delicious fruit that makes this really aromatic, delicious, fragrant wine that we drink. Same goes with cannabis. So you really can taste a terpene profile on these that's really nice. And that is, that's one of the that's one of the beautiful things about dry farming that I'm so excited about. So I love the Chernobyl live resin. And I'm going to talk about all these before I smoke the one I want, because I've, been in the studio all day and I am casually baked. So not going to overdo it just yet, but I'm setting Chernobyl here because I think we're going to get into it. The other sativa that I really like right now is the Ancient Lime. It is 78% THC. So there is a thing as microdosing dabs, and I will show you what I do in a minute, because it really is, oh God, you can get super high. And if you are a newbie and you're wanting to try this, then just be cautious and don't overdo it. I don't know. I keep my stuff in the refrigerator too. So keeping it in the fridge, it makes it easier to apply because it stays firmer. And so it's easier to work with if you keep it out. You keep it in your stash bag, but just keep it at room temperature. It can get a little gooey. So it lasts longer. It just likes living in the refrigerator. So put it there. Okay, so the Chernobyl live resin, I'm going to show you like what I call a baby dab on one of these. And I'm telling you, childproofing is real, man. It's sometimes I'm home alone and I can't get into a jar of something I want, and there's nobody here to help me. Like, that's a tragedy. Okay, so that does smell like a dream, Claire. I wish you could smell this. So good. Okay, so it's nice and fruity, but when I'm talking JoJo baby dabs, don't at me, mofos. Like this to me, do you see? That's all I need. That is literally all I need. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take a knee or something. And I mean, yeah, I'll be fine, but it's not functional and I've got to be functional. So, baby dabs are where it's at. Now, the only problem that I find with dabbing is that you have to have a second tool to make this shit like work, because I don't take huge gobs. So there are little headaches in microdosing, but whatever. Hold, please. There we go. Okay. This is a Puffco Peak, and so you just double tap this bad boy. And while this is heating up, we're going to keep talking about the other cool stuff that they have going on. So if you are a vapor and you like just the traditional cartridge, if you're going to do it, do the good stuff that is grown responsibly and has literally nothing added to it. And if you see something that says live sauce, that means, hold please. If you're sharing, always be the second person because it's heated up by then and you get a better hit. It tastes nice. It's like when you have really good food and you can't help but wiggle. Like after you do, you're like, oh yeah, that was good. I know you know what I'm talking about. All right. Live sauce. So if you see live sauce on packaging, that means that right after that flower was harvested, it was flash frozen. So it's like peak of what it is. And that is preserved and given to you in a super easy to use, like, it's with your 510 cartridge, one of these bad boys. Now, you can, by the way, get the bigger, nicer battery packs. I like these. They have a nice weight to them, and they fit nicely in your pocket. They're magnetically secured, which is also nice. You're not having to screw the damn thing in. And then plus sometimes if a cartridge leaks and then it gets into those threads, that is such a pain in the ass. So these are nice for that too. So they just snap in. But I feel really good right now. I don't want to waste it. You all know how a vape works. I don't have to blow smoke in your face or up your butt. So these, let's see, Fogberry. This one is my great, like, the day's over. I don't have to be on any more calls. I'm ready to just like chill and have my reefer recap. This is a nice indica that it's like gives my body a freaking break at the end of the day, which, our minds are going like crazy. And as my mind goes, like I start wearing my freaking shoulders like earrings. So this is like, let's loosen up and into the day. So Fogberry is 80% THC and it's got, I don't know, I would have to taste it again, but it's earthier, maybe a little spice to it. But it's not, you won't have the, obvious, the citrusy stuff because this is going to be higher in limonene and stuff, which is going to give you that daytime, heady, high, up feel. This is mellow indica feel. Okay, so if you love Chernobyl in the in your rosin all of the flavors, they're available in whichever format you prefer. So if you're not a dabber and you want Chernobyl, you can have it, you can vape it, it's all available. So 2 things that I love about the packaging here is it's all color coded. So you can see the difference between an indica sativa hybrid CBD product. And also, if you really love Chernobyl, you can immediately see this orange label and go find it in the live sauce if you're not a dabber and you'd rather vape it. So it's easy to shop, and you can find them at eelriverorganics.com. They are all over California, and so you can just go online and find which shop is close to you. You can also utilize one of the amazing apps that we have in our industry, that like Leafly. That's a great option to help you find things. And the other place, we all go to Instagram. So they are at Eel River Organics on Instagram and Facebook. Ty, the 3rd generation farmer, this is a family farm, and they're dry farming cannabis on the Eel River. And it's really fun to just see behind the green curtain and the redwood curtain. They're right by the redwoods. I mean, this is such a beautiful thing. And so to be able to see who is growing your cannabis and then being able to buy this really great product and taste the terpenes and just, it's the Eel River floodplain. So you can kind of like imagine the terroir and like being on the river and by the redwoods and, get super high and, have a moment with your cannabis. Have you tried that for the holidays? All right. This is Joe's favorite things. Try Eel River Organics and get into dry farming. This shit is cool. It is magic. Thanks for hanging out.